Today's story is sponsored by the Lovely Law Firm. Good morning. Thanks for watching Living Local. I'm here with Justin Lovely. How are you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. So Justin Lovely, of course people know you because you are with the Lovely Law Firm. And today you're kind of helping us out with some misconceptions about brain injuries, right? Yeah,
brain injuries has become a large part of our practice here in the beach and all down the coast where we practice. And it's an area of the law that kind of people don't really have a lot of knowledge about.
Yeah.
Even in the medical field, there's not a lot of knowledge about.
Well, I believe it. I'm very interested. We were talking a little bit before we started rolling, and some of this is just mind-blowing. So, you know, brain injuries, what are some of these misconceptions that people have about this?
Well, the biggest issue is they often go undiagnosed in the emergency rooms.
Okay.
Our treatment is great down here at the beach, but it's also very strained right now due to the COVID situation.
Sure.
And so when someone gets in an accident, whether it's a slip and fall or a car wreck, and there's a suspected brain injury, you know, they're going to go into these emergency rooms and they just get shown the door as soon as they know they're not going to die on them. Okay, because they're understaffed,
right,
and just strained. So now that's a problem if you in fact have a brain injury. Also in our area, we just don't have a lot of neurologists here who are trained in traumatic brain injury diagnoses and treatment. So it's hard to get an appointment, and you might be waiting several weeks, even months, to even see a neurologist when you are diagnosed. So those are big problems that we try to identify and help our clients the best way we can.
Yeah, and you were saying, you know, sometimes they're diagnosed as a concussion when in fact it's a more serious issue.
Right. So there's this oxymoron that we call it, and it's just the medical term MTBI, and that stands for mild traumatic brain injury. Well, mild traumatic, it's an oxymoron.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense.
Sure.
And what will happen is, you know, medical providers and even the injured with the brain injury will shake it off and say, you know, I got a headache, I'm fine. And what will happen is they'll want to be done treating, but they don't realize that these symptoms from a traumatic brain injury do not manifest until several weeks, months, maybe even a year after the point of impact.
Well, and this is an interesting fact. So you guys, you know, your lawyers have a ton of training in this, right?
Yeah. So we make sure, you know, we have to go to CLEs every year, and we don't just go to the regular CLEs. We go to injury law CLEs. We're going to learn the cutting edge litigation strategies, medical treatment techniques, whatever it is that we can actually add value back to our caseload and our clients. And so one of those conferences, the largest brain injury conference for lawyers in the world, that's TBI Med Legal out in San Diego. We just got back from that. They started it back since COVID, kind of shut it down that year. But it's normally every April in San Diego, and that's lawyers, neurologists, physical therapists, neuropsychs, radiologists, everybody's going there.
Wow.
And we're all meeting and just discussing all these different topics.
So you kind of have a top 3 ways to maximize your claim. Tell me about those.
Yeah, so the top 3 things that I would say to a client if they had a brain injury, they wanted to maximize their claim is first, let's gather all the witnesses and pictures that we can, okay? Because we have to preserve that evidence. As the plaintiff, you have the burden of proof, okay? So if we don't get that now, right when it happens, or soon after it happens, you know, people forget things, memories fade, especially if you have a brain injury.
Right.
Then the second thing I would say is do not give a statement, okay? Insurance companies are going to call you immediately after a wreck, and they're trying to lock you into a statement. That's on liability and on your damages. And all that, the only purpose of that is to get you while your adrenaline's pumping to later deny, devalue, delay your claim. So especially if you have a brain injury that may develop later on, you know, a few months later, don't give a statement, then you won't have to worry about that.
Interesting.
And then finally, the third thing, go to the doctor, get the treatment that you need. Don't try to be tough. Follow all the doctor's orders, because they're putting everything in the medical record. And that allows us to pull that, you know, objective medical literature when you're done treating, and we're able to, you know, settle your case for fair value.
Great advice. Thank you so much for enlightening us about this today.
I appreciate it. Thanks for talking.
Awesome.
I could talk all day about this stuff. I appreciate
well,
you having me.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, and getting the word out is huge in the community right now.
Well, where can folks go if they want to learn more?
Yeah, they can go to my website, justiceilovely.com, or of course call me, 843-839-4111. They can call me anytime. I'm glad to discuss.
I love that. Justice is lovely. All right, folks. Well, thanks for watching Living Local today. We will be right back. Today's story is sponsored by the Lovely Law Firm.